Yo, what up, man? Hotep family. If you caught my little feed, y'all know that I'm going live because I'm about to explain the reason why we cannot unite, why we haven't united, and why we're not gonna unite. And I know a lot of people like, yo, damn, shoot, like, you wildin', yo, we need unity, brother. I understand what we need, but I deal with reality. I deal with probability, not possibility. I deal with probability. And also, I'm going to I'm going to give an example of what I think the solution is. The solution to me is we need complete separation as a people. We need our own country, our own piece of land, our own everything. But, you know, what I'm going to say, this should probably get me in trouble just like everybody else who tried to, give the same solution. Because this is the true solution, but it's really going to be effective. And they can't have that. So anyway, to start, right, I'm gonna tell y'all the reason I'm doing this. And if you missed this on Instagram, you can just go ahead and go to my YouTube channel. It's called King Shu. No underscore nothing, just King Shu. And I post all my Instagram videos, all my Instagram lives on there. Now, the first thing, the reason we are not going to unite, and I'm just really sitting here thinking about it, and then when I look at my timeline, it really sinks in. We're not going to unite because, for one, we need to get rid of all our indoctrinations, all of our religions. Because I'm not uniting, me personally, I'm not uniting with no motherfucking Hebrew Israelite. I'm not uniting with no fucking Aboriginal. You know, for the single fact that they provocative, they provoke you, and they very disrespectful. Because the whole point of what I'm trying to say is every doctrine believe they are the right and correct doctrine. So if we do manage to come together, right, just say for a war, and say a brother who's a Moor, just say the brother's a Muslim, and he helps out another brother who's a Hebrew Israelite. He shoots the man. He got the Hebrew Israelite is in a line of fire. The Muslim brother sees this and he takes out the sniper. The Hebrew brother looks at the Muslim, look at the sniper, and the Hebrew brother gives all praises and all thanks to Yahweh Shah, to whatever they God is, to the Elohim, whoever it is, right? Instead of giving the praise to that brother who actually saved his life. Now, instead of that brother, the Muslim brother, being upset that he didn't get the credit for saving his comrade's life, he's mad that the Hebrew didn't give all praises to Allah. You see what I'm saying? Now, if we do manage to beat the war, win the war, we're going to have Hebrew brothers talking about this is all prophecy. Look at Deuteronomy. We were supposed to win, and by the graces of their God, this is why we won. Same thing with the Muslims. They're going to say, by the graces of Allah, this is why we won. This is why you had crusades. It's going to cause another war. It's going to be another civil war. Once we do win and get our own nation, we're going to have brothers like the Moors who's going to complain about what we call ourselves and what paperwork we got filled out. Then you're going to have brothers like the so-called Aboriginals who's not even going to want to leave this land. They're going to want to stay here. We're going to have to debate about, do we rebuild here or do we go to our own nation, our own piece of land, or our own birthright, which most of us know is Africa. Peace Queen, look, I'm glad you in here. If you want to go live, just go ahead and send a request, because our conversation kind of motivated this live. So if you want to go in and tap in with me, just go ahead and hit the request. But the first part of what I'm saying, I'm talking about why we would never unite and why we can't unify. So in a nutshell, basically I'm saying we got too many different religions, we got too many different doctrines, and it's going to cause arguments amongst each other, just go back and look why I said what I said on that. But now that you here, I'm ready to get into the how we can separate, and how separation is the proper solution, and how we can have our own currency and all things like that. So basically what I'm saying is, or basically in the, I don't want to speak for you. You see? Let me see. herself, and we could have a proper dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Peace, Queen. How you doing?
Yeah, I
You
can
hear
hear
me?
you.
Yeah, peace. How you
I'm
doing?
good. How are you?
I'm cool. So basically, I was just telling the people, you know, a little bit about our dialogue. Damn, hold on. A little bit about our dialogue, and damn, hold on real quick. My fucking alarm going off, and I can't get it off. Man, that shit annoying. But I don't know if you can still hear me. But I was telling the people about our dialogue, and you know how to do. President Davo was effective. I want you to tell the people a little bit of what you were saying. You know what I'm saying, on what we should do as a people and stuff like that.
Um, well, my opinion on what we were talking about, basically what I was saying was we we are so programmed to believe that this is how we're supposed to live because of what someone else told us, because someone said we are obligated, because they use that definition that we are obligated to do what we're doing. We are obligated to uh we are obligated to have money so we can. But if you understand the concept of everything being created by man, it's not real because it was created. What's real is what the earth provides itself, meaning the earth provides certain food, certain seeds for us to replant, to reproduce what was already made. That's a part of the world creation. So the society that we live in today, you know, they tell us that we are required to have money so we can have food. We don't require money to have food because we plant our own food. You get what I'm saying? We have our
Right.
own food that we produce. So I
Right.
agree with what you're saying, that in order for us to get away from the system, we have to create our own system. And you're right, it has been created, but it's been taken away from us. There were people that knew how to farm that everyone in the community went to get their food from. So we
Right.
have, of course, the world is now more populated than how it was back then. So we have to produce more than what than what we can provide. That's just anything else. You don't necessarily everyone knows that the basic need that a human being needs in order to survive is food and water. And honestly, you can survive off of water, but
Right.
it ain't enough. You can survive off water, but it ain't enough for as far as what's going in our body. So that's why you have the fruits and vegetables and the things that you need to eat to keep you healthy, to have a long, healthy life. So
Right.
the reason why only certain us only certain people understand what we're saying is because we were disobedient, meaning we were disobedient
Ooh.
with how people say we had to be this way, because you had your own mind. You like, well, no, I don't. Why do I have to be this way? I don't want to be that way. You were disobedient. And
Fact.
the reason why we certain people are disobedient, because they think that way. But the fact that you have a lot of people that knows what happens to people that's disobedient, they don't want to be disobedient because they see what it does. They see what the man created as far as consequences of the people that be disobedient. So it's going to be hard to get people to even understand that we have to create it, because they are so programmed to that this is how we're supposed to live. So the fact you can't change, you can't uh People that think that way, they won't be able to support what we're doing because they don't think that way. And it's like teaching them a whole new lifestyle from what they're already used to. You get what I'm saying? And that's why we sit here, we have people that are awake, but they're not really awake. They're awake based off what someone has told them. If you like really go anybody, like if you just understand that you're a human being and that you're in the world,
you breaking
can
up,
understand that
you choppy just a little, like
it's breaking up.
All right, it was breaking up, but I hear you now, though. I hear you now.
Yeah, so teaching, that's why I said the target are kids, because they are the ones who will be in power, or, you know, next. They're next. You get what I'm saying? They're after us. They're next. So you can't really, I can't, like, it's hard, like with Davo, for example, it's hard for him to understand what we're saying because he's older, and because he knows what he knows, he's not going to, he don't want room to know something else but then other than what he knows.
Right. Peace, Queen.
So,
Peace, Pretty on the Rise. How you doing?
So because
but nah,
that's
you
how he,
go ahead. Now I'm saying you're absolutely right, and you know, everything you saying, like, I totally agree with. Even in the comment section, I totally agree with. And you know, basically, I was just, you know, the whole point of the reason I was just responding back to you was the fact that, you know, everybody got there, and it was Malcolm X who said, we can't condemn somebody for what they don't know, because it was a time when we didn't know. But you just hit me back with something when you said, when you just said, damn, my fault, I'm driving, I'm getting distracted. Yeah, the disobedience. That's a fact. Like, when you see that, that's what separates certain people like us and the ones who just follow the rules and who feel comfortable in the 9 to 5, who don't want to build their own businesses. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, just to put out the thing about, you know, elaborate on what I was saying about the separation, we can actually separate. I don't know if you're familiar with a guy named Malachi Z. York. Now, his name, Malachi Z. York, I don't really follow none of what his doctrine or nothing. I don't really deal with none of his information. The man is locked up for some real crazy stuff. So I don't really fuck with him as a man. But what he did do, the man bought property in Georgia, and he recreated like ancient Egypt. Like, he brought ancient Egypt. The people built pyramids and everything. And on that land, they had their own culture. They had their own language, their own clothing. They made their own food, and they had their own money, their own currency. You see what I'm saying? So that's like an example of what we could do. And also, like I gave the example of, like, you know, people in prison. You know, they don't have paper money, so
they have to
say if you got coffee
community.
And I got soup.
They have to create their own community because that is
their
way of living. That is how they live inside that system, that jail. So they can still dictate how they live because that's where they live at. Even though they have to go into a cell, like, it's obligated for them to go in there because of them being under the stricts of law and the enforcement. They have to do certain things because you have people telling them you have to do this. But they still created their own way. And that's the thing. It's going to be hard to get away from people that's going to say, that's in that power authority, that's going to say, you have to do this. With businesses, you still have to listen or abide by someone else's dictatorship. Meaning, like, well, actually, I'm going to give you an example. I'm actually trying to start a mentoring program to wake people how, like, whatever, the same thing that I'm telling you to tell them, but it's just by the government's way. I'm just using the government what I'm trying to do, which is what I'm telling.
Every time you get to the good stuff, it want to break up. I be believing that people be listening to what we saying, and every time you get to the good parts, it break up. But
Yeah,
hold
that
on.
there are job facilities that listen to telephone communications
Yeah, it was breaking up.
because
Can you? Yeah, it's crazy. Like, yo, can you repeat what you were saying? You said you started a business.
oh, so it's a mentoring business. I found a leak in the system. Mentors they basically are teaching youth that are referred to
Man,
them whatever
the
they
people
know.
need to hear this right here.
Whatever they know. That's the leak in the system that I found out how to maneuver what I'm trying to do. That's the mentoring part. But the only
Mm.
thing about mentoring, mentors don't have salaries. You get what I'm saying? They don't get paid to basically teach, but teachers and schools get paid, and that's why they don't want to give mentors that salary, that job title that they make a profit from. They don't want mentors to profit from teaching people anything that they want to teach. You get what I'm saying? And that's how you are able teaching someone anything, you're able to dictate how their mind thinks. It's crazy. Remember how you said people were listening to what